This conference will now be recorded.
Right, let's start today's session. The last session, we just started with the assertion topic. Due to some technical issue, we were stopped the session. And today I'll continue that last session topics. That is assertion in Python. Assertion. What is assertion actually here? As I said that assertion means debugging Python program. Debugging Python program by using assert keyword. Debugging Python program by using assert keyword is nothing but assertion. Okay, so what is debugging here? What is debugging? So debugging means identify the bug and fixing the bug. Identify the bug and fixing the bug is called debugging. We can say that is called debugging. Identify the bug and fixing the bug is called debugging. So if you write a program, in that program something is mistake or somewhere some issue is there, so we can start the debugging in the sense step-by-step process of program execution and identify the bug means issue. Fixing the bug or solving that issue is called debugging. But in general, most of the programmers will do debugging by using what actually print function. Okay, so very commonly used used statement while debugging Python program is print statement only. Okay, so print statement, very commonly used statements while debugging Python programs are print statements are very commonly used statements while debugging Python program is what actually print statement. I can say that print statement. But actually print statement is not recommend in real time. Why? Because suppose I have 100 lines of code. In this 100 lines of code, I want to check line by line execution. Where is the issue is available? There I have to solve the issue in this process. Okay. So debug, very commonly used statement while debugging Python program is print statement. But assume that I have 100 lines of code with me. In this 100 lines of code, according to my requirement, I will keep every 10 lines after 10 lines after, I'm going to use print function. Every 10 lines after, I'm giving print functions like up to 10 lines code is clear, up to 20 lines code is clear, up to 30 lines code is clear. Like that, I can use my print statements every 10 lines after only. Okay, but because for my clarity purpose while debugging, I am including every 10 lines after some print function. But what is the problem with print function means after completion of your debugging process means identify the bug and fixing the bug, compulsory you have to remove extra added print functions. Compulsory you have to remove extra added print function. If you forgot to remove any extra added print function, obviously you will get a problem. What problem? That extra added print function also what we have not included. Okay, that extra added print function statements also will be execute and it will make console window completely disturbed. So that means console window completely it will go to disturbance here. So that is extra added print function you must and should remove that. Extra added print function you must and should remove, sir, actually. So whenever we remove extra added print function, then it will be easy to manage your code actually. So that will not disturb the console window output clearly when we remove extra added print function. Suppose in case if you don't remove extra added print functions, then that print function statements also will execute and which will make console window disturb completely. So to overcome this problem with the print function, I strongly recommend to use assert statement, assert function or assert statement. Assert statement is the best option. So what is the advantage when we use assert statement compared to print function means after completion of bug, fixing the bug, identify the bug, and assert statements no need to remove from your code. So as it is, if you keep assert statement, that will execute fine. Okay, no problem. So assert syntax is this is assert conditional expression here, conditional expression, conditional expression, and then comma message we have to use message. So what is the advantage when we keep assert statements in our program? Assert statements after completion of debugging also, you need not to remove these assert statements from the code. Here assert statement is having conditional expression. This conditional expression evaluates to true or false. This conditional expression evaluates to true or false, I can say that. Evaluates to true or false. Once this conditional expression is true, then what will happen? The remaining program, whatever your required program, that program will execute happily. And if this evaluation, conditional expression evaluates to false means, then your program will raise assertion error. And based on that assertion message, programmer will get alert. What is the problem? We have to identify that. So this is the advantage of assert statements compared to print statements only. So debugging Python program using assert statement, it is called what actually? Assertion concept in Python. Assertion. Okay. So let's try to implement the logic here. For example, in this program only, I'm writing here, you can see there is a function called square function. Okay. Square function, and I'm taking n of n square. So return n into n, I'm taking n into n. But actually wantedly I'm giving n double star n. Okay, not one star. Single star means multiplication, double star means what we can say power actually. But here I'm trying to add my extra added print function just for clarity purpose. Square of 3 should be 9. Yes or no? Square of 3 should be 9. Again, I'm trying to add my extra added print function. Square of 4 should be 16. I can say that. And print function square of 5 should be 25. Square of 5 should be 25. So square of 3 should be 9, square of 4 should be 16, square of 5 should be 25. This is just my clarity purpose I'm including. And I'm calling the square function, printing square of 3. Okay, next print square of 4. Next print square of 5, like this. So square of 3, square of 4, square of 5. Once I run this, now let's this program. You can see we got the output here in the terminal window. But look at here, square of 3 should be 9 actually, but according to my mistake, the result is 27. It's not correct. Square of 4 should be 16, but here the result is 256. It's not correct. Square of 5 should be 25, but 3125 not correct. So by looking this my extra added print functions only, I can analyze this is correct or not. Actually, this is not correct, sir. Got my point? So whenever it is not correct, I feel, then I would like to rectify the issue where it is the issue actually. Here, instead of single star, I'm using double star. So let's remove this. So only single star I'm using for executing this square of function. Now you can see I'm trying to use this one again, even though if we got correct output also, but for previously, just for my clarity purpose, I have included extra added print functions. If you don't remove this extra added print functions, these functions also is giving result into this console window output only. That's not good practice. So compulsory you must and should remove this. If you forgot any single statements for removing print statement, this also will be added in the output window. This also will be executed clearly. So instead of this, we can use better assertion only. So whenever we try to assert statement, look at here, assert conditional expression. I'm taking square of 3 equals to square of 3 equals to 9 I'm taking, then my message is the square of 3 should be 9, I can say that. This is my message. Similarly, I'm taking z square of 4 equals to 16. Next, the square of 4 should be 16, I can say that. Next, z statement, square of 5 equals to 25, I can say that. Next, I'm trying to take the square of 5 should be square of 5 should be 25. I can say that. The square of 5 should be 25. Now you can see this. This is what? 3 square of 3 equal to 9, square of 4 equal to 16, square of 5 equal to 25. Okay. But here, let me give some wrong statement here. Now look at this program. In my function right now, there is an issue. What is an issue? Instead of single star, I use 2 stars. So there is a problem. If there is a problem, immediately assert keyword, conditional expression, if it is true, then your program will execute normally, okay, successfully. If this conditional expression evaluates false, means your program will not execute. It will raise assert keyword will raise assertion error. By looking that assertion error, programmer can get easily alert, so he can able to rectify the issue by saying assertion message. Now you can see I'm getting assertion error clearly. The square of 3 should be 9 only. So by looking this assertion message, as a programmer, I can get alert. So what is the problem? I can easily rectify here. Instead of 2 stars, I'm using single star. Once I run this, now we got this output clearly. But after identify the bug and rectify the bug also in my program, did I remove this extra added other statements? No need. Because once your assertion conditional expression evaluates to true, then that will execute fine. If not, that will not execute and it will show assertion error. By raising assertion error easily, we can able to rectify the issue here. So this is what assertion concept. This is very small concept just for debugging process only we use. While debugging Python program, instead of print functions, I recommend strongly use assert statements. Compared to print function, assert statements advantage is what? When we use print functions, all extra added print functions, how many you have added to your program, after completion of fixing the bug and identifying the bug, you must and should remove that print statements. If not removed, that print statement also will be show the output in the output window. That make console window disturb. So end user will get different messages along with the information. That is not good looking output. So you must and should avoid these print functions while doing debugging. Better to use assert statements. Assert statement advantage is after completion of your debugging also, assert statements will not show any output. It will not execute. Is assert statement just for checking conditional expression. According to your program, your condition is true, then that program will execute normally. If that condition expression evaluates false, then only assert statements will raise assertion error. By looking assertion error, programmer can get the alert, so he can able to solve solve debugging concepts. He can able to solve bug easily in our program. So this is assertion concept in Python program. But sir, what is the main difference between assertion as well as exception, sir? Okay, assertion concept is there, exception concept is there. Already we were discuss about exception. Exception is used to handle runtime errors, but assertion is used to handle development errors. Assertions are used to handle development time errors, which will make alerts to the programmer. Exception handling means runtime errors that will raise end user point of view. Due to end user invalid inputs, mostly exceptions will be raised. That is the concept. Okay. Next, I'm trying to discuss about uh, logging concept is there. This is also a very small topic, and it is also belongs to debugging Python programming only. That is logging concept. So what is logging? How to work with logging? How to create log files? We'll look into that. Okay. So logging concept in Python programming. Okay, logging concept in Python programming. So what is logging? How to work with them? We'll discuss in the sense. See, logging means what actually? Log file creation, sir. Logging means log file creation. Why log file need to be create in Python programming? So generally, it is also completely belongs to what we can say. Uh, it is also completely belongs to debugging process only. Okay, it is also completely belongs to debugging process. So how to prepare log files we are going to discuss in this session. So logging concept is nothing but this concept is used to create log files. How to prepare log files I'm going to discuss now. Okay, so generally why logging, sir? Logging is a means of tracking events which is going to happen when some software is going to be run. Logging is important for software development and debugging and running of your code. If you don't have any logging records and your program sometimes crashes, there are very few chances that you detect the cause crashes of your program. So logging is very useful tool in a programming. It can help you to develop better understanding of the flow of your program and execution. Logs provides developers with an extra set of information, constantly looking at the flow of application running through. So log files can store the information, how your program is running, what is completely flow of execution. We can completely store the information by tracking that. So generally, for example, I will explain what is logging concept and why we use. Okay, suppose I'm a developer. Okay, I'm a developer. Logging in Python concept. Logging in Python. I'm a developer, sir. My responsibility is what I need to develop the logic code. Got my what? I need to develop the logic code. As a developer, I need to develop the logic code. After development of my logic code, so obviously that logic code will go to testing department because test engineer is responsible to test your project or test your code. After testing, they find some issues in your code, but how they will convey to you? Okay, no test engineers will come to you and they will explain so and so process is wrong in your code development like this. No one will come to you, no one will tell you like that. So they will generate log files for your application flow. Log files means complete exception information and complete execution flow of your Python programming. Log file will store complete information, how your program is running, at what time end user is giving some inputs, what is the problem actually, it's raised in our application area, then that information can be stored in log file only. Then that log files can be able to transfer to certain development team. So development team should only look that log file, and based on that log file, they can identify and rectify the issues in a program, actually what is going to happen. So that is actually logging purpose in reality. So in Python, if you want to work with or if you want to create log files, then we use a module called import logging module is there. Logging module. This module is useful when you want to develop log files in Python programming. Okay. So import logging. Python provides logging module for creating log files. The main advantage of logging are we can use log files while performing debugging only. We can easily use log files while performing debugging concept. Depending on the type of information, logging data divided according to the 6 levels in Python. There are logging levels are there. What are the logging levels? How to identify that level with numbers. Okay. Suppose here there is a level number is there. First is critical information is there. Critical. So critical means level number 50, sir. This is the standard level number. Okay. So represent a very serious problem. Level number 50, critical, represents a very serious problem. Represent a very serious problem. Represent a very serious problem. And that needs high attention from the programmer end. That needs high attention from the programmer end. Level number 2 is error. Okay, level number 2 is error. This level number 2 is error. Level code is what actually 40. 40. Represent a serious error. This is not going to be recommend, high attention is not required. Only it is represents a serious error. Represents a serious error, sir. Next, third one, warning I'm taking. Okay, warning. Warning, I can say that. Warning. What is that warning? Warning level number 30 here. Okay, level number 30. Represent a warning message. Represents a warning message, sir. Warning message. Warning message. Represent a warning message. Some caution is required from the programmer end. Caution is required. Some caution is required, sir. Fourth one is info. I'm taking info. Info means level number 20, sir. Info. Level number 20. Represent a message with some important information. Represents a message with some important information. Represent a message with some important information. Next, debug is there. Debug. Debug means level number 10. Okay. Represent a message with a debug information. Represents a message. Represent a message with a debug information. Debug information. Debug information. Last level number 6 is not set. Yes, level is not set. That is actually 0. This is the level number it is. Level is not set. Indicates that level is not set. So these are the levels are there according to depends on logging data. Log data is divided into 6 levels: critical, error, warning, info, debug, not set. Which type of information, if you want to display to the end user, you can display by using this level of information. How to implement logging, sir? To perform logging or to implement logging, obviously we have to import logging module in Python compulsory. It's a built-in module which will provide for log file creation only here. Okay, and to perform logging, first we require to create a file to store messages. First we have to require a file, sir. What file? Text file, normal text file. In file handling concept, we already discussed how to prepare a file. So first we have to create a file to store message, and we have to specify which level of messages we have to store, sir. Which level of messages we have to store. And we can do this by using basic config function of logging module. There is a built-in function is there. Basic config function is there. Basic config function of logging module. Logging module. We have to use this module, logging module. In this logging module, there is a function called basic config function is there. This basic config function through, we can create a file, and we have to set the level of that file, which level of messages we need to store into that file also we have to set by using this basic config function. Okay. First, I want to show you a simple example. After that, how to store a real exception implementation exception if a message into the log file we'll discuss now. So to work with logging concept, I have to import logging. And now I'm taking logging is module name. Basic config is a function name. Okay, here file name attribute is required compulsory. File name attribute equals to what file you want to give. Just I want to give log.txt file I'm giving. My file name is. And log.txt file. After that, which level of messages you want to store? Level also have to set that. Level equals to logging dot warning level. I want to show you logging dot warning level I'm giving. So when we set level is warning only warning and higher level messages will be written to the log file only, that is log.txt. But if you set level as debug, then all messages will be written to the log file only. First, I will show you level is logging.warning only. So what type of messages will be stored in the log file? We'll see now. So let's look into this logging.basic config, file name equals to log.txt, level equals to logging.warning. After that, I'm giving just to print my first program of logging. So this is logging demo, I can say that. Logging demo. Okay. So now coming to this logging dot debug, we can say that. Logging dot debug. This is debug message, I can say that. This is debug message. This is debug message. Next logging dot info, I can say that. Info. So logging dot info. This is info message. This is info message, we can say that. Info message. Next logging dot warning. So this is warning message, I can say that. This is warning message. Warning message, sir. Next logging dot error. So let me say this is error message. Just I'm saying this is error message, we can say that. Error message. Next logging dot critical, I can say that. Logging dot critical. This is critical message. This is critical message, I can say that. This is critical message. Okay. So now let me run this so that we will see logging demo is printed. That means log file is created, sir. Which log file is created? Do you think log.txt file is created? Where it is there, you can check out in your project log.txt file. You can see log.txt. Now you can see warning, root. This is warning message. Error, root. This is error message. Critical, root. This is critical message. So when we set level is warning here, only what type of messages are going to store into log file? Only warning level and higher level messages only written to the log file only. But whenever I set level is debug, sir, here instead of warning, I'm setting level is debug. Level is debug. Then now this time we can say we can this time level is debug means all messages will be written to the log file only now. All messages will be written to the log file. Now let's run this. All messages will return to the log file. You can go and check out log.txt. All messages are stored on warning, error, critical, debug, info, warning, again error, critical, like this. So this is log.txt. Okay, in this there is no proper information we captured and stored into log file. In my next example, now coming to this, I want to store clearly what I want to store clearly here. I want to create a log file for saving complete exception information to the log file. Complete exception information to the log file. How to save it? I'm showing now. Okay, complete exception information. So how to save complete exception information to the log file, we'll discuss now today. Okay, let's go for next example. I'm trying to store in this example complete exception information in this case. Okay, so import logging. So logging dot basic config function is there, and next file name I'm taking file name equals to mylog.txt. This is mylog.txt file, new log file I'm preparing. Okay, level I'm setting, observe here, level equals to logging.info. Complete information I want to store into my log file. After that, logging.info, logging.info info I'm taking. So in this case, just every time when user is execute, I have to say that new request came, like that. Okay, new request came, logging.info, new request came. So now coming to the try block. Generally, try block code is there like normal exception code I'm taking. X equals to int of input of enter num1 and y equals to int of input of enter num2, like this, enter num2. Now coming to this result printer, result is what I can say, x by y. I can say that result is x by y. Okay, this is the result, sir. X by only first number and second number. But there is a chance to get exception, no? Yes, except to block. So there is a chance to get exception. Zero division error as message I'm giving. This message I want to store into log file. But before store this message into log file, I want to show you the end user information cannot divide with what? Zero, obviously. Cannot divide with zero, sir. And after that, this information I want to store into log file only. How to store this information into log file? Logging dot exception class message. So automatically line number 12, when we execute, automatically the exception message will be stored into which file? Log file automatically. What is the log file? mylog.txt. And there is a chance to get another exception here. So except block value error as message I'm taking. After that, print, I can say please provide int values only I'm giving. User is entered some string values. I can say to the user, please provide int values only. I can say that. After that, this information also I want to store into log file logging.exception message like this. Logging.exception message. Okay. So this is accept message total. And finally, after completion of execution user one attempt, so I'm giving some information request process complete like that. Request process completed like this I'm trying to do. So let's run this one. Now you can see enter num1 10. Okay, so now coming to this second number is 0. You can see this cannot divide with 0. It is saying like this in my output window. But behind the scenes, okay, behind the scenes, this log file created automatically. Which log file? mylog.txt file is created, sir, automatically. In this log file, the information is captured. Okay, so what information is there? If you want to see, you can go to mylog.txt. Where is mylog.txt? Here it is created. Double click on it. Now you can see this information is automatically captured behind the scenes. Info message, root message, a new request came. Error is there. That root error division by 0 and traceback. That is file location in D drive Python project at 7 a.m. File name is gen.py line number 9. There is a issue like division by 0 when user entered is second number or 0 like this only. This information we are storing. This is log file information. Not only this, every time whenever we try to execute, and you may get new exceptions also. Sometimes I can enter my input is like ABC. So please provide int values only. This is another exception message like this. But other exception message how to store now you can see this is mylog.txt. Log file is updated when we entered username is invalid, end user is entering username is invalid, no? So this is coming like value error, invalid literal for int with base 10 ABC. Request process completed like this. And sir, what happen if I entered correct data only? For example, here I'm entering correct data like this. Once I entered correct data, enter num1. Now you can see correct data I'm entering num1 and num2. So 5.0. And what is the information is available now log file you can see mylog.txt. There is no information. Process is successfully complete only. That is request process. New request came and request process completed. It is saying that. This is what exactly successfully executed log file creation clearly here. So this is about logging and assertion concept. Just log file creation purpose or to store complete exception information or your program except program information flow. If you want to save it into file for later process, that log files can be useful when we try to debug the program. So you can keep the log file information and try to debug your program easily while observing the log status code. Okay, this is the importance of log file. And now in our Python concepts, last two topics are there, that is called pandas and matplotlib. Okay, I'll give you today some introduction of pandas and matplotlib, but one more session is required to complete that. But unfortunately, tomorrow, Wednesday, morning 7 a.m., already I have scheduled Django with REST API new batch. So that I don't want to disturb that batch because that is a new batch only. So as usual, those who are looking forward for Django with REST API, okay, you can join at 7 a.m. For that, I will provide a new link, that is training link. I will send to your mails and in WhatsApp group also. You can join tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days demo sessions, Django REST API with REST API. On Saturday, I will not take Django with REST API. So that Saturday, I can have the option to finish your pandas and matplotlib concept with Python. Okay, so that up to Saturday, you will attend 3 demo sessions for Django at 7 a.m. And Saturday, I will take again this Python class on same link only. You can join Saturday for this link only for pandas and matplotlib concept. You can join Saturday, so that Saturday is the final session of your Python. After that, you can go for same 7 a.m. Those who are looking forward Django with REST API. And tomorrow you have a Django with REST API on new link that I will provide to your mails and WhatsApp group also. New batch, that is fresh batch. I'm starting Django at 7 a.m. only, same time only. Okay, now today I'm just giving overview of pandas and matplotlib, how to work with this. So pandas means Python data analysis. Those who are looking forward for data science or data analysis, these modules are important to them. Pandas one, and then next one is what? Matplotlib only. Matplotlib. So Pandas stands for Python data analysis. Okay, this also called as earlier, this is panel data, we can say that. First, initially they were calling panel data. Okay, panel data became Pandas now. And it is for Python data analysis, we can say that. Python data analysis. And matplotlib is for mathematical plot library here. Math means mathematical. Okay, plot, lib means library. Generally, plot in the sense what? Diagram. Okay, there are so many diagrams we can create. Sir, pandas is for data analysis. For matplotlib is for what purpose? Data visualization purpose. Matplotlib is for what purpose? Data visualization. Make sure that while working with pandas as well as matplotlib, compulsory you should pass your data as input only. Sir, how we can pass our data as input? In the form of list, in the form of tuple, in the form of any Python data structure, we can able to provide your data. So once you provide your data in the form of tuple, list, set, dictionary, whatever it is format, then only pandas will analyze the data, or matplotlib will do visualization of your data. So if you don't supply any data, these modules will not visualize your data, will not analyze your data. So compulsory, you should supply Python data structure format. Data you have to supply. Based on your supply data, how you want to arrange them. If you want to analyze the data, you can use pandas, or if you want to visualize the data with a diagrammatic representation, use mathematical plot library, matplotlib. But data visualization will give more clarity compared to data analysis, because you have huge amount of data, thousands of records are there, and thousands of records. After analyzing that, pandas will arrange you in series format and data frame format. Both frames are there. Series format is there and data frame format also there. Data frame format. Data frame format. Data frame format means two-dimension array. Two-dimension array it is data frame format. Series format means what? Actually single dimension array only. Single dimension array. Single dimension array. We discussed already arrays concept in Python, no? Array module and NumPy module is there. So these two modules, pandas as well as matplotlib modules, are implemented completely by using NumPy only. NumPy stands for numerical Python. Okay. Internally, NumPy module play the role in pandas as well as matplotlib. Without NumPy, there is no pandas as well as matplotlib options, because NumPy will play the roles are here. NumPy will play the major role. So these pandas and matplotlib are completely implemented or designed and developed on top of the NumPy module only, compulsory. So to work with pandas and matplotlib, and we can create data visualization in different plots are there. Plot means diagram, I said. What diagrams are there, sir? Simple graphs we can prepare. Simple graphs. Okay, and the bar graphs we can prepare. Bar graphs, bar charts. Okay, pie graph we can prepare. Stack plot, we can prepare stack plot, stack diagram, or scatter plot, we can prepare scatters, scatter plots. So like this, so many plots we can able to create by using matplotlib. So generally, if you have a data in the format of table, but when we look the table, you may not understand or analyze the data properly. There is a chance because data is always in table format only. No, it's look like big data, so it's not going to be analyzed the data by looking them. But same data, if you convert them into visualization format, then it will be easy for you to handle understanding the data here. That is data visualization point of view. It will be easy. Okay. So data visualization purpose, we use matplotlib library. Pandas purpose, we use data analysis purpose, we use pandas only. But these two modules, pandas as well as matplotlib, by default not available in your PyCharm editor. If not available, no need to do this. Just simply we can download and install that two modules here. Okay. Python data analysis. Okay, just I'm taking example name, and you can see if you try to import pandas, so now you can see pandas is coming because already in my previous batches I installed pandas also and import matplotlib, so matplotlib also is coming. In your case, these modules will not come by default. If you don't come, if you don't get by default this module, simply what we can do, say how to install it. How to install? Click on file menu, okay, in your PyCharm editor, and click on settings. After click on settings, in the left hand side panel, you can see this. There is a project folder is there, Python project at 7 a.m. Python interpreter option is there. Okay, this is the list exactly. Okay, what is this list? So by modules list, already modules are there. If you don't want to use module, you can select it and you can click on minus symbol. Minus symbol is nothing but what? You are uninstalling the module. It is saying that. Now you can see you are uninstalling the package. Now you can say uninstall packages only. And similarly, let me run this. Let me go for files and settings. And I want to expand this. Now matplotlib also there are no matplotlib. If you want uninstall this also, you can click on minus symbol and uninstall like this one. So it is also uninstall your matplotlib. Once uninstallation is successfully complete, now then you can able to try to import pandas. Now you can see pandas. Pandas is coming, but actually fully it is not going to come because it's uninstalled clearly. Because previous version is available, that not fully installed here. It is updating Python interpreter. Let's update that. So now we can see packages uninstalled successfully matplotlib, package installed uninstalled successfully pandas also. When I try to use pandas will work properly, will not work properly because original location it's completely uninstalled. If you want to reinstall, then simple procedure, file menu, settings. You can see this plus symbol I'm including. There is no pandas available. Then click on plus symbol and search available packages. Pandas is there. So let's click on this pandas module, install package only. Now it will be installed like this. Just wait for 1 minute, it will be installed. Like this in your computer, how to install this pandas. Okay, this is look at the description of the pandas, powerful data structure for data analysis and time series and statistics only here. Okay, so this is Python data analysis point of view we use. And after that same matplotlib also how to install, sir. Okay, it takes time to install. So in your computer also you can do same thing. Once you completed this installation process, we'll go through this pandas and matplotlib on Saturday session. You can join on the same link only. Those who are attending only for Python, next 3 days like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you need not to join. Directly you can join on the same link Saturday morning 7 a.m. so that we will finish pandas and matplotlib. And those are looking forward for my Django and REST API sessions. Tomorrow onwards, 3 days continuously, demos you can attend at 7 a.m. For that, I will give you a new link that is training link, not a, normal meeting link. Okay, training link only. So that is new batch. So many other students also there may be chance to join. So that's what generally we use a new link only. So matplotlib, I'm typing here. I'm installing matplotlib only. Click on install package now. So this is about today's session. See you tomorrow. You just wait for tomorrow's link, Django and REST API batch, new batch at 7 a.m. And our Python last session will complete on Saturday session only. You can join Saturday on this same link only. Tomorrow you should not join on the same link. I will provide a new link for the Django and REST API. I will check in my mail IDs. Those who already attended Django and REST API, no problem. And those who not attended, still waiting for my Django sessions, you will get obviously link only, no issues. Okay. So any questions from your side, you can ask me regarding batch or something details. Okay then.